Hello, what's up, everybody? And welcome back to another Chibi Girls podcast. And today we are finally reacting to the latest One Piece chapter 1000. I'm not even on the right chapter 1131. Yeah.
Good start. Off to a good start.
But yeah, I'm here with my lovely co host, the Chista Tanuki.
What is up, everybody? And what's up to everybody in the chat? Thank you for joining us. Even though this chapter is a little bit late, TCB released it during the Reverie. So, unfortunately, me and Himi couldn't do it until today. So
Yes.
I'm excited to read it. I heard it was very good. So I am, I don't know. I haven't really been spoiled on much, except for the thumbnail, of course. So
Yeah, so yeah, to be fair, this picture has been going on Twitter and on YouTube the whole entire time. So
Twitter has
it's
not. I have not seen a single One Piece thing on Twitter. My
that's
Twitter has
interesting
only
because
been cat bait,
everybody, the big
cat
creators
pie.
that you follow, all shared it. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
well, I haven't been on that side of Twitter at all. I've only been seeing Kate and Vi kissing for the past 2 days.
Interesting.
So
Anyways, uh, Fizo's like, actually, we released it like 12 hours before Reverie. No, we know.
you
We
released
us
it at
our
literally 12 hours,
it's just that
literally at midnight.
our schedule was just like not working, guys. That's all. Like, but it's okay. We
Yeah,
made it happen today, so it's fine. Um, do you want to start?
I'm cool starting with my favorite
Cool.
cover page story, the one that I love the most.
Yes.
Uh, ugh. So, chapter 1131, Loki of the Realm of the Dead. Pretty interesting. I am excited. Of course, we get another cover page where people are trying to say that this cover page is great and they're super interested about it. Nothing's more interesting than seeing people run on screen constantly in a place that we've already been to for 150 bajillion chapters. I love seeing this. I love Yamato. Uh, the only interesting thing here is like Otama. I mean, why are we still focusing on this? I'm gonna be honest. People who are acting like this is like super interesting when the last cover page was the invasion of Whole Cake Island. Like the last cover page story was like the invasion of Whole Cake Island by the Blackbird Pirates that perfectly tied into the story. And now we're getting a bunch of like NPC side characters doing nothing. Like bro, like Yamato is so powerful yet couldn't use their observation hockey to see a thief. Zoro would have caught that from a mile away, bro. This is what I'm saying. Like it's just
Oh my god.
it's literally like Scooby Doo. Like if I wanted to watch Scooby Doo, I'd watch What's New Scooby Doo, which is far better than whatever this is. L cover page. I don't understand how people are interested in this. Uh, to me, we've been in Wano. I'm sick of it. I say this every chapter. I'm so sick of this. I just really want us to get to something else. Like if this was an interesting story with Yamato, like Yamato actually like discovering themselves or finding out like a secret, it'd be so cool. The fact that we're literally just getting a rehash of the Odin story and like what does this add to the story? This adds nothing. This adds absolutely nothing. And people who are acting like this is interesting or like this is a really cool cover story, it's like, bro, we could be focusing on all of these other characters. We could be focusing on so many other things. We could be getting a Rev cover story, Hime. We could be getting a Marine cover story. Instead, we're getting more Wano.
I agree. I would like to receive like some new information about what is happening in the world, but here we are.
I don't know. I always have to do a little bit of rant of the cover page just to kind of start it off so that people can start trickling in. So sorry about that, guys. Another Yamato rant. Hopefully this cover page is over soon so we can start getting some like more interesting stuff. I'm assuming this is gonna last for like 5 to 10 more chapters, so I probably won't rant anymore about it because I feel like I've overstated it. But hopefully we get something new, something more about the world. I really hope we get like a Rev cover page story. I think that would be awesome. Something with the Revs would be great. I don't think we really had that yet, and especially because we just got the Blackbeard Pirates and stuff. I'd be excited for that. But all right, let's keep it going. So we get to the
Cool.
first page and we see Luffy, and he goes, "All right, finally at Elbaf." And Luffy goes, "I
Mm.
knew this was Elbaf. We've wanted to come here for ages. Everything's so big." "You don't say. Good for you. Now, I wonder if Usopp knows yet. Say, is there anything at the top of that tree? Hey, the strongest country in the world and the birthplace of war, huh? For real?" And then we see Luffy continue on. "Being on Old Man Dorian Bragi's ship earlier was crazy. It's the first time I saw a bunch of giants in one place." And Loki goes, "Hey, Guess it makes sense that you guys would be the strongest. Hey, listen while I'm talking to you.
Luffy just ignoring him, like it's so Luffy coded. He's like, oh, you were here actually? I didn't notice.
is so funny. It's so funny. Then we see every like all these animals are like growling. They're going grr grr, and then we see Loki say, "I'm the sun god from all the legends we passed down on the island. Don't speak unless I say so, human. Tell me, what do you think of my predicament?" And we see the accursed prince of Elbaf, Loki, special bounty 2.6 billion. Dang. All right, he
That's
may.
Listen, I just want to say that Loki still is making a great impression, honestly. Even if though he's chained and like he can't even see what is happening, it's pretty cool. Um, then we have Luffy. It looks like you got caught. Loki goes, how shrewd of you? Their intent wasn't to merely catch me, though. They wanted to sweep me under the rug. I've been praying for release ever since. Can you believe it's been 6 years? Bro, it's been 6 years this man has been like chained to a tree. How does he go to the bathroom?
He just pisses and shits in the same place, bro. That is Luffy is there. He's like, "What be thinking, bro?"
Bro, I'm just like, but there's thank you for everybody who's in the chat. I see you guys like the stream. But yeah, six
Man,
years
you,
is
you
kind of
can't.
crazy.
6 years
Yeah,
is actually wild. I'm not even gonna
yeah.
lie. He
Then we see
holds it
like
in with his hockey.
that's funny. Um, then we see like Elbaf from an outside perspective. He's like 6 years. He's like, I'm the proud of Elbaf's immense strength, but these chains are made of sea stones. I can't unleash my power. I'm bound here in Warland to treasure tree Adam. Oh, that's how the tree names is.
Oh,
Interesting.
wait, this is the Adam tree? Hold up. I'm
This
bound
is
here
what
in
it
Warland.
says. Yeah,
Treasure tree Adam. The Adam
yeah.
tree. This is the tree that we've literally been hearing about since like Water 7 with Frankie, and he wants to build. So this is what the Sunny is made of then.
Yo,
Pretty cool.
but also like like do you think that it's related to like the tree where maybe devil fruit sprouts from? Maybe it's like the origin. I don't know. Do you think?
What did you say?
Do you think it's like a I don't know if like there's references to like any biblical thing, but like do you think like devil fruits may come from this tree? Like originated from this tree?
No, like the way that I would say that devil fruits originated, because if you think about devil fruits, right, like devil fruits are the original sin. It is
Mm-hmm.
from the tree of knowledge came the apple that Eve ate, right? And if we look in One
Mm.
Piece, like devil fruits are obviously supposed to be like a mortal sin that you carry with you. Like anybody who eats of this fruit immediately is hated by the sea. That's like sin, right? And we all have sin as a birthright because of that. But in One Piece, you eat that. There are two trees, right? One is the Eve tree, and we know that Eve tree is underneath the Fishman Island, and that gives light. It is a maternal like energy, and then we
Mm-hmm.
have the Adam tree, which is like the strength, right? Like this is like the strongest wood you can get anywhere in the world. I would assume if the fruit would come from anything, it would come from a female tree, as female trees, even in real
Mm.
life, those are the ones that bear fruit. Um, Especially if
Mm-hmm.
we're thinking that Adam and Eve were once humans, right? Or that they could have been
Mm-hmm.
like actual people before being turned into these trees. I would assume that the Eve tree would be more likely to have birthed devil fruits, but it could just also be that like from Adam and Eve and their many children, because if you look in the Bible, there's like a ton of children of Adam and Eve. Especially if you look at like Cain and Abel, and then all of the descendants, like they all came technically from Adam and Eve. They had like a ton of children. You could even make the argument that devil fruits are technically the offspring of both Adam and Eve, the Adam and Eve trees.
Mm.
It'd be a really interesting theory to see if somebody could connect together if Adam and Eve were once actual people turned into trees. I would assume that that would make sense. I mean,
Oh, I
see
would
like
actually like
Boa.
that.
I mean, we see like Boa, right? Like she's able to turn people to stone, and as soon as they're turned to stone, they're like that forever, right? And
Mm-hmm.
especially if the original user dies, they're still like in stone. So to say that
Yeah.
some sort of power could have
Mm-hmm.
turned Adam and Eve, like these two crazy beings, into trees, then all of their descendants or children from that time could have been turned into like devil fruits, would be a very interesting spin on the original Genesis story. would be very interesting. I think it would be a really cool thing. But I would say I would make the guess that devil fruits are not like they're not like actual fruits that you pick off of a tree or they all came from a single tree unless there is a tree of knowledge. I
Hmm.
w so, like, what's really interesting about this is that we're getting the tree of Adam and Elbath. I'm sorry, I'm going, like, a whole, like, biblical tangent, I'm so sorry.
It's
But
okay.
but in Elbath and I think it's so interesting because Elbath, we would assume it would have, like, this Nordic lore, right? So we would assume that this is, like, Asgard, and this would be, like, the Tree of Life, right? And, like, in the Tree of Life, like, there's like all this different mythos and stuff. There's like a ton. There's like the three different like realms, and there's like seven nations and stuff. And like there's a ton that actually goes with like Nordic mythology. Well, when you take that and you mix that in with like biblical stuff, it starts making so much more sense because especially when you're looking at like religions in the real world, everything is kind of like pseudo connected. Um, so it's like
Hmm.
if they're starting to connect these religions and they're connecting like different trees, I would assume that there is a separate tree of knowledge that may even connect to Nordic mythology, especially if like at the Adam tree is here, right? Well, where is like the tree of life? Could that also like substitute in for the tree of knowledge? Is that on Laugh And is that the tree that eventually birth the like devil fruits, and as one person took of the devil fruit, they gained so much power that they eventually turned into Adam and Eve. Could be. I think it's also really interesting that the world is being flooded. And we have all of these different religions, quote unquote, being in there. And I love this the story of the Great Flood, right? Because in the Bible, we all know like Noah created the ark, and Noah's ark down in Fishman Island connected to Adam and Eve. And after the world flooded, like the only people who survived were on the ark. But the flood story is actually in a ton of historical like religions and like other history, right? Like it's actually documented that a huge flood wiped through the earth. It's not just in like Hebrew text and biblical text, right? You see it in all other major religions. Like this flood that came through interconnects everything together. So it's very interesting that we see the same thing basically happening in One Piece. As the world floods, we have mixing of different cultures and religions.
Hmm.
Super interesting. I really like that we're mixing it because I'm assuming that we're gonna get with this story, again, a lot of Christian influences, or you could say biblical influences. So we have Adam here. Could be that the story of Loki and Thor is going to be similar to Cain and Abel. Where it's like we kind of get a little bit of that vibe at first, but I'm assuming that we will be introduced to Thor, and the story may not go like the Nordic tales. It may actually follow more biblical stuff. So really cool. Thank you for putting me on this tangent. Sorry.
I had no idea you had all of this to say, but it's very interesting. So thank you.
You're welcome.
But very interesting. Honestly, I'm excited to see all of the theories that comes from this chapter. So perfect. Now we have Luffy who's just sitting on Loki's legs. Loki's like, so I have a proposal for you, Lopi. Lopi. He's like, Luffy, you wanna make a deal, Luffy? You're a pirate, right? I want you to undo my chains by dawn. In return, I'll wipe out any pirate crew you want. I'll make sure to not leave a trace. Sounds good, right? The key is somewhere in the village. I can't force you myself, but Luffy's like, hmm. Ah, I almost forgot to say. This is the realm of the dead. You see, the lowest layer of Elbaf. It's a place no one dares to approach. Criminal and the condemned are dropped down here. It's a prison and an execution ground. So that's why, like, it's cold, it's snowy, and and I'm pretty sure that like the more we go up in the layers of Elbaf, the more sunny and like
Mhm.
heavenly looking the island looks like. Um, then we have here, okay, this is a pretty double spread. Then we have Luffy looking. If you dig up the snow around here, you'll find the bones of countless humans and giants. So we just see like I guess a giant or like a monster in the back, um, crushing a tree. Then we see a snake. Here it says, these things have lived on this mountain for thousands of years. In our legend, they also call this the first world. Okay, it's like the origins. Um, and this word of the dead belongs to the sun, you foolish human. Luffy goes, I don't know what brought you to. No, wait. Who? I don't know if that's still Loki talking. No, this is. Who's talking now? Because the font changed. Is it this? Is it Loki again?
I don't
Pretty
know.
sure
Just
it's
keep
Loki.
yeah, just
Yeah,
keep reading.
yeah. I was just like asking to know.
No, no,
I.
I have no
Oh, okay.
idea.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because
I
sometimes
don't
when the
know.
font change in my head, somebody else is talking, but it's fine. He says, "I don't know what brought you to this forsaken mountain, but you should watch your steps around these beasts. They often come up here to see their master. It's because I befriended them when I was a kid." All right, it was Loki. So we see here a snake, an elephant, I guess a polar bear, a gorilla, and a wolf. They all look
We got Bigfoot,
crazy.
bro. We got
Yeah, yeah,
Bigfoot.
it is literally.
What is super interesting here is that there's it like so this frost region is also in like Norse mythology. I'm gonna butcher this name. It's Niflheim. Absolutely butchered it. So sorry, y'all. Here up in Buffalo, we can't speak. The only thing we can say is go Bills. But I do think it's really interesting that this frost region and like if you guys watch Marvel movies, like they kind of don't like this frost region. This is like where like Ymir, right? Like the frost giants come from. And usually they're kind of seen as like the bad guys. Like it's an inhospitable zone. Very interesting that like it's kind of at the very bottom. It's like a prison region. Just something interesting to point out that it's like it is following like the conventions of Norse mythology in here.
Mm, yep. But I think that was my last. Oh wait, actually no wait. Then we have Luffy's like, "Whoa, this sure is nostalgic." Now, if you cross me, these guys won't take that lightly. So we're guessing all of these people, they respect. By the way, there's also like people on the bottom because there's monsters, but there's also people. They're like mumble mumble. So it's very
That's
interesting
me.
that even though Loki has been chained for 6 years, he's been chained for 6 years, have bandage on his eyes, and he was able to befriend all of these monsters and all of these people. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, you can go
All
ahead.
right, let's keep going. So it goes. The same fate is in store for any puny human who dares to defy Elbath. Your only salvation from being devoured is to dress yourself in putrid smelling clothes, to live and serve as a walking corpse. Master, that's a little harsh. Who is this guy? Is it okay if we let him get torn apart? Does he have anything good on him? And then it goes, also, we apologize for fainting earlier. None of us expected him to show up. That red-haired,
Oh,
that Emperor red-haired Shanks. Huh? What did you say? What? Shanks? Yes, but this can't be. Oh, and all the animals already love Luffy. This is hilarious. Uh, and it goes, how could he have tamed the mountain beast? What? Who the hell is this little guy? Shanks came here? You know him? Oh, and we see Luffy is smiling and we see Loki. He has this crazy mischievous grin. Did he come? We're talking about that coward of a pirate, right? And as soon as he says that, Luffy goes gear 4 and he goes grrr and he punches right at the side of Loki's head. And he
but
goes
Lucky
blah.
dodge, Lucky dodge,
Yeah, he was
blindfolded.
he moved
Mhm.
his head over.
That's pretty
Uh
impressive.
It actually is pretty impressive when you think about it that he was able to dodge like Luffy. Um, but then we see he goes, "Yeah, Lord Loki. Wait, hold your horses. I was just kidding." And then I think this is my last page, but Luffy goes, "Huh? That's not something to joke about." And he gets out of gear 4 and he pops down. And and he goes, "I can't even move right now. If this guy gets these shackles off, I'll give him a quick death." Huff huff. I don't care if you can't move. Don't piss me off. Next time you say something like that, I'll bury you in that tree. Don't talk
Oh,
back to him, you fool.
I love how Luffy
Insane.
just like he will defend Shank's name. He doesn't play about him. I love that.
All right, and then it says, "So, why did Shanks come all the way here? No way he was running an errand. Is he still in Elbath?" "That's not something I can just tell you." We got another mischievous grin from Loki. All
Oh
right,
my
go ahead, Hime.
god, he's like, I love it. And now we're back to the other straw hats. We hear like, yeah, it's shaking like crazy. Whoa. And then we have Usopp, we're gonna die. I'm guessing they're on the, I don't know how you call it. The the the
The
the
bridge?
little path. Yeah, the Bridge, exactly. Usopp's like, no way. Chopper, does that mean someone's coming? I don't know who it is. Then everybody's like, he looks like he was just struck by lightning. It's gotta be that sun god guy without the mask. I knew it. So his name was Road. He's like running after them. And they're trying to get away from him. Looks like that woman and the big guy are chasing after him. They've got the Sunny too. Okay, perfect. So what I'm understanding, the Straw Hats are running away. Road is running after them, and I forgot the name of the two other giants who's running after Road with the Sunny. That's hilarious that they're just holding the Sunny as if it was nothing.
That is
Um,
insane.
yeah. So it's like the Sunny. This is unreal. Guess I've got no choice but to cut him up. That's Zoro. And then Usopp is like, hold on. They might know the masters. We have to think this through. Look, our goal isn't that much further. I love the fact that Usopp was like, Zoro, let's not kill our potentially friends giants, please.
I think like it does show a little bit of cowardice from Usopp, but also it's smart.
No, it's
like
not.
because Usopp says it as like oh yo, hold on, wait, we have to think this through, which I like it. But it's
because
but he's saying it more as like he's frantic. And it's something that like I hope throughout the arc that we kind of get over with Usopp. That's the one thing. That's what I wanted to say.
I didn't see it at all as coward. Like I saw it as like he's actually smart and he's like, yo, we don't know if these people are allies or no. Like, let's not cut them. He wasn't talking about Road. He was talking about the other two behind Road. So that's why I'm like,
yeah.
yo. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
but he's like,
yeah.
he's over here, he's panicking though. You see what
Yeah.
I mean?
But I don't think it's coward. Like, I didn't see it that way.
No, but like so here's the thing, right? Like especially when I'm looking at this and everything that Usopp has done, this is definitely like I don't think it's like smart. I think he like came up with this like which is a good idea, but it's kind of like this Usopp, I don't want to fight, I don't want to get into an altercation. It's the I don't want to have that. I don't want these hands.
But he
And
would
I
have
hope
said that. He said they
he
might
did
know
say
the
that.
masters. We have to think this through. Like he didn't
Yeah,
say
but
like
look at him.
I don't wanna get into this. Like he made a statement that like, oh, they might know the people that we know on Elbaf and we don't wanna like,
Yeah,
get
but
in the
he's
fight.
not like he's not calm and collected saying that. He may look at him. He's literally freaking out.
I'm pretty sure this is how I see it. I don't know. That's how I see it.
He's freaking out. He's freaking out over there, bro. The
I
only
disagree.
person who's but what I was going to say is that the only person who's calm here, as Usopp is screaming and Nami and Zoro doesn't really know, the only person who's calm and is actually leading is Sanji. Sanji is the only person with a calm head who's actually leading the crew right now. Like, look
No,
at him.
I understand. But I'm pretty sure that like anyways, I saw it differently from Usopp. I think that yes, he's scared, but I think that he's talking rationally more than
yeah,
like,
I think
I'm scared.
more than Zoro. Zoro doesn't know what he's doing, bro. Zoro just wants to fight.
Yeah, he really he
really
wants to
doesn't think
fight,
things through.
Yeah. But yeah, so right now they're running away. So I like how so there was a lot of controversy regarding this page. Let me just read it first. We've just got to book it full speed ahead. I bet there's a village or something up there. If they catch us, it's all over. Okay, perfect. So I just wanted to talk about this page. A lot of people were just hating, saying like, "Oh, look at them just running away. Sanji's running away." Blah blah blah. But me, how I said is that like, Sanji is leading so he can protect them from the front, and Zoro is staying in the back to protect them from the back. It's a perfect formation, and also since Zoro like would not be able to lead himself, like know where to go, it makes sense for him to be in the back. So I just saw so much hate and so much meme on this page. I just think it's so stupid. Like this is perfect, literally.
Yeah, this is fine. Also, I'm pretty sure it's Usopp who's saying this. Is it not? He's
No,
the
I
only
don't
one
know who's
who's.
saying this, but I was just talking about the formation.
Oh, but they were in this formation the entire time. Sanji's in front of Nami protecting
Yeah,
her.
but that's what I'm saying. A lot of people were hating.
Well, media literacy is at an all-time low. Like people literally don't know how to read. I swear to God, like reading comprehension is like in the gutters. Like buy your stock now, but unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be ever going back up that high. Like, did we not read the last? This is my saying. Like we have a book. It's in the last chapter why he's doing that. Like Sanji is specifically protecting Nami. And you're right, like Zoro's in the back, like, God, we're gonna have Zoro lead in the front? What's happening?
Yeah, no, it's funny.
Dumbasses,
I don't
bro.
know. Was this my second
No,
or
no,
third?
that was your first page.
That was my first. Oh my god, I didn't even notice. All right,
Yeah.
perfect. And then we have another. Oh my god, this is a big page. All right, so, um, we are at the Warland realm of the dead. Okay, so they're also like on the last layer. So we have Diga. All right, I caught a moose. I'm glad we made it in time, bro. Moose? Are they in Canada, bro? Um, and then we have Harudin. I always butch his name. He's like, you can't find these in the upper forest. Their meat is to die for. I'm sure it will please the Straw Hats. Oh, that's so cute.
Aw.
They're trying to get meat for the straw. Bro, that is not a moose. That is a dinosaur. Look, this is a dino, bro.
Nah, that looks like a moose to me. You should know. You literally live in Canada.
Bro, look at his face.
That's just the average moose.
That's insane. And then we have, I guess, his giant friend. Those weighs a ton, though. How we're gonna carry it? Then we have new giant pirate Captain Harudin. We have new giant pirates Shipwright Stanzen.
Love
I
it.
guess that's how you. Yeah, yes, that's how you pronounce
I
it.
love it. Ah, a shipwright for Frankie to work under. Somebody who's been working with the Adams wood for a while.
That would be so cool.
I see a training arc.
Yes. And then he's saying it's snowing, so there's no sunstone pinders. Okay, so now what does this mean? This means sunstone, while kana is penta, it could be painter. The closest Norse word is pinda, torture or compel, which is closely related to pinder in English, one who impounds animals. I'm unsure. I'm not sure what is. Oh, whatever. Let's just keep going. I'm not sure what is happening. Wait. This went with painter and sunstone. We need more info. Ah, I see. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. He's like, don't embarrass me. You will manage. This mead is for our saviors. Aw. Then we have like a flashback, a refresher on Harudin, and he was like, when he was in Dressrosa, getting controlled with the flamingo. On Dressrosa in the New World, he got caught in the scheme of former warlord Doflamingo. He was ultimately rescued from total erasure by the Straw Hats pirate. He is now one of the 7 captains of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Nice. And then they're like, heave ho! I don't know what that means. Probably just let's go. That's it. We got it. Aw, they're moving. Bro, that's not a moose. Look at his tail.
That's just the average moose. The average moose has lizard feet. The average moose has a giant lizard tail. I don't know why you don't know this, Hime. You literally sent me a picture just like this the other day. You said, look at the moose.
In my backyard, just like, roaming around.
It was 17 feet tall. It was eating a bunch of other small creatures. Like, why are you so surprised? Look at this fake Canadian over here.
Facts. Alright, that's it. We got it. No one on Elbaf has to fear the new giant pirates are here. I don't know how the melody goes. I tried. Do you want to try?
No, I like that. I think that was perfect.
Thank you.
I think that was great.
Oh my god, this is so funny.
Unless it was like in the Big Sake where it's like, no one on Elbaf has to fear the new giant pirates are here.
I love this. This is even better. I should let you sing all the time. She's a singer, guys.
I'm not.
So we have like an introduction about the new giant pirates. So we have the self-proclaimed part of the Straw Hat Fleet, the Captain Harudin. The upstairs are from the generation after Dory and Broggy. Their crew is made up of 5 members. All right, so we have the navigator Rodo. Oh, that's the guy who was like a fake
that's the jerk, bro.
Yeah, and then we have Shipwright Stansen that we saw just now. We see the ship doctor Gerd or Gerd. Is it Gerd or Gerd? I'm not sure. Is it Gerd?
I'm gonna say Gerd, bro. The ship doctor Gerd.
Yeah, but I just want to say she's a baddie. All right, and we have the cook Goldberg. All right, interesting.
Gerd and Goldberg.
So funny. All right, perfect. And now it's my last page. So okay, now we go back to the other Straw Hats that are still not on Elbaf yet. The sea around Elbaf. How is it, Robinson? He's like stressing. I have no experience cutting women's hair. I was nervous. My chest is beating like a drum even though I don't have a heart. Yo!
Yo!
I love the way, yo,
Yo!
he is my favorite laugh, bro.
My
Like,
chest
right
is still
after
beating
Caesar
like a
Clown.
drum.
Shoo-
Even though I don't have a heart.
I
Yo!
love it. I love it. And then he's like, skull joke! I almost forgot Lilith was here, bro. You don't have a heart. That goes against science. And then we have, yeah.
What a loser.
And then we have Bonnie, cutie pie. She's like, it's super cute, Robin. Frankie's like, that look really takes me back. It really suits her. Good job, Brooke. And then we have beautiful Robin with the pre-time skip cut. It's perfect.
Oda missed it, bro. Oda missed it. He
Thanks.
was so sick and tired of drawing
Honestly-
Robin without bangs.
Honestly, I think she looks better with bangs, to be fully honest. Like, it just complements her super well. I'm really happy he went back to this style. Not like Robin, actually, like right now, she still looks good, but it ages her. When they put the bangs on her, I feel like she looks a bit younger, more cute, more full of life. So
You wanna know what? Oda was like, I cannot draw these foreheads anymore. The foreheads are getting bigger and bigger. I need to cover it with something before the forehead breaks.
Literally. So she's like, thanks, Brooke. He's like, yo, you're welcome.
No,
Yo,
Spartan said something about the forehead too. Yeah, it's the forehead, guys. Oda's trying to cover the foreheads now. He's like, I can't keep doing this.
He's like, yeah, I
Because
can't.
Vivi's forehead just gets bigger and bigger with each chapter.
Literally. All right. Then we have like the other pirates, Dorian Broggy and everybody. I see. So your hair was like this back when you first met Saul.
Oh,
I'm sure he'll recognize it and be thrilled. Oh man, reunions always makes me cry. And then we have Frankie. Oh, he's so funny, bro. And he's like, you had that style when you met us too, Robin. Oh, so she cut her hair so Soul recognized her faster. This is the cutest thing ever, bro. Oh wait, actually, this is your page. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. All right, I'll finish it. So it goes, land ho! The fog is clear and it's smooth sailing. It's huge. Even the island is a giant. Let's dock and have ourselves a good drink. Woo! And then on Elbath, huff huff. This is bad. It's Mr. Soul. He's fallen and he can't get up. Are you or a loved one suffering at home? Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. Life alert.
Something happened to Saul. So, what do you think of Oda potentially breaking all our hearts next chapter?
I don't know, but I think it's gonna be really funny. I'd love somebody to overlay this with the Life Alert commercial, where it's like the old lady, help! I've fallen and I can't get up!
Bruh. No, but you know what's funny is that, like, so how I see it is that it could go to two options. So either Soul was just already sick and he's just like falling and he's sick and she's still gonna be able to meet him, or somebody, their spies or something, alert. I mean, they all know that the Straw Hats are coming. You know, Harudin is like searching for meat to like for the party, whatever, the welcome party. So probably somebody, there's a spy over there who's like, we don't want Robin and Soul meeting for XYZ reason. Like, we don't want them to exchange information or something, and maybe somebody is trying to kill Saul before he meets Robin. It's one of these two options, in my opinion.
I would say that those are two pretty reasonable options. I would love if Saul dies after like just meeting back up with Robin. I think that would be great. Call me heartless, but I think that would be so great for character development and just the story going forward.
Robin, though.
Yeah, honestly,
call. She just came out of a buster call. She doesn't catch a break.
That's what I call trauma, baby. Let's go. Listen, if there's one thing I love more than traumatizing characters, it's re-traumatizing characters after a fake-out death. I think that would be absolutely perfect. Imagine if Pedro comes back with Carrot, and then he just gets sliced in half. Pure poetry. Absolute poetry. Would be amazing.
That's insane.
But also, I love this chapter, don't get me wrong. This is the stuff I'm talking about, though, with Oda using, like, death and sickness and people getting hurt as, like, tension. And we all know that this isn't gonna pan out, right? Like, this is Oda, nobody dies.
Literally, I'm pretty sure that Soul's gonna be fine, honestly.
If this was Jujutsu Kaisen, I would be legitimately scared for Saul. I'd be like, "There's no way, bro." Oh, like, you see I'm, like, laughing because I know that he's fine. This is what I was
Actually,
talking
you're
about that, and
right.
you know what? I brought this up in the Reverie as well, and people were hating, but I only speak the truth. Fake out deaths genuinely ruin my enjoyment of One Piece because I know Saul is fine
Same.
here, and that's the issue is that, like, I have no feeling or emotion until I know somebody's dead. I need to see their body in the ground, stop breathing. Even now, like, I think Hawkins is dead.
No,
Hawkins
he's
may
dead.
not
He's dead.
actually be dead.
I'm pretty sure it was confirmed. No.
So here's the thing, like, we saw his body and the life drain
You
out
know
of it,
what's funny?
but we
Okay,
never saw the
let me.
funeral.
You know what's funny, guys? You know, because I went to like a convention, anime convention, and the Ace voice actor was there, and he told us that even himself, he asked the editors, he was like, "Is Ace actually dead?" And they told him that they could never answer that question ever because at any point an author can decide to do whatever he wants, so they can never confirm this even for the voice actors. So you might be onto something. You might be onto
Right?
something.
It's just like it's so annoying because like this chapter honestly was great. I love the interaction between Luffy and Loki. I think that the world building is really cool. I love that they confirmed that this is the Adam tree, like this is the great tree of Adam. Super
Mm-hmm.
interesting lore wise, especially with everything
Yeah.
that we're getting. The Straw Hats are eventually going to come back together. We're going to get like people meeting up on the island. Everything is so cool. But then Oda has to be like, oh, there's a little bit of tension here, right? What happened to Saul? Nothing. I can guarantee you $300, nothing happened to Saul. He may be sick, right?
I think he's
Chopper's
just
there.
sick
Chopper will
too.
Chopper will just heal him, bro.
But wait,
Chopper will
wait.
just fix him. There's
I,
no depth in the story. Why are we doing this stupid
I
thing?
don't think he's dead, but maybe it's like the other theory that I had where like somebody knows that they're meeting up and they're trying to attempt to kill him, but it's not gonna work. But like maybe that's gonna like put even more like emphasis on like what is happening in Elbaf. There's a story, there's spies, there's something happening, you know, like a dark,
Well,
like you know, thing.
you know my original theory is that the main villains of this arc are going to be the God Knights. And that the God Knights are coming to the
Mm,
island. I would love that.
that would be
I will
cool.
still hold to that. I listen on Egghead. I almost went for like 10 for 10 with all my theories, bro. Like I was spot on. I called the Buster call. I said this would be the biggest Buster call that happened in the beginning. What did they say? They said this is a Buster call like times 10. I called that. I called Lilith being the one to leave with all of them. I called all the other Vegapunks dying, even though then they fake out death. But like, what can I say, guys? Oda gave me what I
They're to
wanted,
be
and then
fair,
said they're still alive, but their
they're
real bodies were dead.
to be fair, they're as good as dead because they have to stay up in the sky for
Yeah,
like years. So
it's good. It's good as dead by One Piece standards, bro. But I mean, I called Vegapunk dying. Like as soon as we got to the island, I'm like, he's dead. Like there's no way. A lot of the stuff with like the biblical flooding. I had made like a theory where I was kind of saying that like like we're gonna get a lot more like integration of biblical texts and stuff, and that seemed to be true too. I like kind of called out like obviously we did like the Kizaru giving Luffy food thing, which so easy but was confirmed. So I'm
yo, I'm so happy
tooting my
about
own
that one.
here. But me and Hime were pretty spot on with stuff. I think the God Knights are coming to Elbaf. I think that it's the God Knights are going to be a part of the story. Now, would I love them to be in Elbaf? That would be my main theory. Are the God Knights going to play an integral role? Like maybe get them off screen? I think we could. I think it's far more likely they come to Elbaf though. I think that they've been set up in the story. We need to have an interaction with Luffy. I think that it would be great to see a lot of their power heal here. I don't think it's going to be Garling for Garland because obviously he's a Gorosei member now, but I think it could be
Yeah,
maybe one of the other ones. Give us a little bit of
I'm
an
super down.
introduction to them, work them in, show us how why the Straw Hats may eventually work with the Revs would be fantastic. So I think with your theory, somebody trying to kill him absolutely could be the God
I
Knights.
would love that. That would like you know that would make the story of Elbaf like that would put us more in the like it's the tension will already start in Elbaf because I'm pretty sure like Elbaf is not like all rainbows and like oh giants just having fun and partying. There's probably some political stuff happening there. Some like why are they not active? What did Shanks come here to do before he left? Like there's so much shit probably happening in Elbaf and there has to be like a deeper story to this island. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be amazing. Like Oda is already setting up everything, like Loki chained up and everything. It's already starting. But also, I wanted to ask you, what do you think of Loki's bounty? It's 2.6 billion, and that was 6 years ago before he even got his devil fruit. Isn't that crazy?
Honestly, to me, no. Think about it, right? Like, and I always say this: bounties are not necessarily an indication of strength. Not saying he's not strong, but bounties are also an indication of influence.
Mm-hmm.
For as long as can remember in the story, right? Like, we have been told that the world government has been trying to get giants into their army. They tried to get Caesar to make giants. They tried to get trick giants into joining the Marines. Like, the world government wants giants because they're the best warriors. They're the strongest people in One Piece, and we've been told that time and time again. Can people beat giants? Absolutely. We saw Luffy like no dip Harudine, right? But it's like giants by themselves, like they're about like 1,000 regular people. So if you have like two giants, it's like, oh my gosh, the odds are ever in your favor. Especially like if the world government wants to take out the warlords, instrumental to have a couple giants here and there. So think about it. You are the prince of the giants, and you yourself are so strong that you are able to take on multiple giants at a time. There's no question in my mind. Like, this is probably one of the most dangerous people in the world. Not only power wise, because he's a giant and he's very strong, but influence wise, just the influence of him being on certain things, the threat of more giants coming when Loki is already insane. Like, his influence, his reputation, and his power, I would say that I honestly, his bounty should be higher. His bounty should probably be like a
I
Yonko's
thought
bounty.
so. I thought that also at the beginning, but then people like told me that like okay, well, this is before he got his devil fruit, and he also is chained up. I think that if he was active and had a crew, he would be his bounty would be much higher, and maybe like the world government just don't know how strong he is because he has been chained up for so long, and the they knew about him before he got that big power of him. But yeah, you're right. Like in my head, like he is probably worth way more than that. Way more
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
especially when we're thinking about the influence, and also like we have to remember, like back then, like Dory and Bragi were still fighting on the island. Having these two monsters, even though they were taking, okay, listen, the Mister Three thing, because I remember people saying that that like
This
power
doesn't
clipping.
count.
The reason that Mister Three was able to take them out, if we remember, is because they literally were fighting each other nonstop. Like they were like continuously fighting to the point where they broke
True.
their weapons. So they had like they were only fighting. They were just getting up and fighting and then eating and then fighting some more, right? So it's like and if you remember, like the volcanoes were going off. So these two people wore each other out, and then Mr. Three just came in at the very end. It was just good planning. Like if you remember, like it was like a continuous fight. So even within the story, it makes sense. Like if Shanks and Blackbeard went up against each other for like days on end and they just continued to fight, and then at the very end, Mr. Three came in after they both beat each other and they're exhausted and stole the win. Mr. Three isn't stronger, right? So it very very easily explained with the plot. But like Dory and Bragi just being monsters in themselves, like now that they're back, it's like his bounty should probably be even higher. Like the
Mm-hmm.
Giants are so influential. If the Giants were like, you know what, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna attack the world government, that's a Yonko crew attacking the world government. That's the
Mm-hmm.
power of a Yonko crew attacking the world government. And I feel like people like a Buster Call was destroyed by like two giant ships. Two
Yeah.
giant ships
To be fair,
like
Buster
wiped them
calls
out.
are so not efficient. It's the
Yeah,
worst
they're the
shit I've ever seen in my life. Every Buster call that was like ever called in existence in One Piece was a failure. Like,
yeah.
oh, it's so
So
bad though.
I think it is. Also
Mm-hmm.
because Hunt in the chat was saying like, do you think Luffy and Loki are working together? My theory at the very beginning of Elbaf, before it even started, and I still have that video on my channel, is that I didn't think that Loki, and I was a little bit wrong on a couple things where I was like, I don't think Loki is like this was this like bloodshed person where it's like I don't think he, and maybe he didn't used to be because of the Lola stuff, and that's what I was basing it off of, like the Lola interaction, where maybe he wasn't, and like recently he became more bloodthirsty because everybody turned on him and heartbroken. But I thought that like back then Loki wasn't necessarily a good leader, right? He didn't necessarily like their culture. And it could have just happened that they were trying to like oversee him and put somebody who was like more culturally in there. I don't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily think Loki is like a bad person. And I think that, the victors write the story, right? We don't necessarily know what happened with Loki yet. We're just kind of hearing little bits and pieces of it. And we're kind of hearing like from him, like, oh, I went in and I tried to kill my dad. But it's like we could say the same thing about Luffy. Like Luffy's like, I tried to take out my grandpa in order to save a criminal who was the son of Gold D. Roger, King of the Pirates. But obviously we know more to that story. So I think context is going to really flesh out Loki. I don't think Loki is going to be like evil, quote unquote. I think
No, me
Loki is
too.
going to be a very complex and interesting character, and
Me
I'm
too.
excited to kind of unwrap him.
100%.
And I think
I
Luffy and Loki will fight each other, but also fight side by side. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
so
Kimi.
I think that 100% Loki is not the villain of Elbaf. I think that Oda likes to trick us, put us like just put like stuff like in front of us and make us think that oh this is what is happening, but then there's a deeper story to the arc. So I think that Loki even though he has like he looks like a villain and everything, the only thing that is going to happen is him wanting to fight Luffy just because like Luffy is strong, they just want to like fight for strength. But Luffy and the crew will probably discover very fast that there's a deeper dark secret to Elbaf, and the actual villains are probably spies that are in the royal family, something that are trying to like control Harudin and everybody else. They try to stop Loki from X, Y, and Z. Like I'm pretty sure there's like a deeper story to the arc, and I cannot wait to get to that. But yeah, no, most definitely. But I love your theory about the Holy Knights being the actual villains. That would be very cool. I like it. Mm,
I think it'd be pretty cool.
yeah, it
I
would be.
do.
So,
So
what's your
Hime,
rating?
what are
Oh,
I was actually going to ask you, like, what are your expectations of Elbaf now that we've kind of
uh,
gotten a little bit more into it? Like, what are you
I
expecting to happen?
okay. Me, like from my personal preference, what I want from Elbaf is just a deep, dark story, a bit like Dressrosa. You know how like everything looks perfect, but then like they were actually all like puppets and people forgot about them, like a deep story like that, like crazy deep story like that. And I want to have like Loki being a misunderstood villain. I want Loki to at the end become part affiliated with the Grand Fleet as well. That would be super cool. um but also I would love um that's just bonus. I would love for the Straw Hats to also get stronger. Like I would love Frankie to like like since like he has like the tree there, maybe to make some changes on the Sunny. I want Usopp obviously to go through diversity. I want him to like have like a moment like in Dressrosa where like he had to like stop being a coward and show out. I want him to show out because he's like in front of like his heroes, the giants. He looks up to them, so he'll probably be like, okay, everybody's looking at me. I need to do something. I need to like get past my limits here. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but every chapter Usopp has been like named or like there's an emphasis put on him. Like right now in this chapter, Luffy when he was with Loki, he was like, ah. Does Usopp know we're here or something like that? He literally name dropped Usopp. Usopp is being name dropped all the time.
He's
So
like,
I
"Does
feel like
Usopp know we're here? Hopefully, he stops being such a loser." No, I'm kidding. I'm
like
just
no, no,
kidding.
but I think that Oda is like hinting that like your Usopp is gonna have something big happening to him. Usopp is most definitely not fighting Loki. People need to get this shit out of their head. I am tired
No,
of this. You guys are gonna get deceived and say that Oda is washed, which is not true. I think he's just gonna have like a little moment where like he had to like show bravery, and then I don't know, he's gonna get a bit stronger, have a little training arc, and I would like for the others also to be stronger. And I would love for Robin also we to put some spotlight on Robin, because like she was like kind of taking the backseat in Egghead. I want her to have her moment with Saul. I want her to like read like I don't know, maybe I don't know if there's a poneglyph here or something, like some history, something happening with her. I would love that. So all those are the things that I want to happen inside of this chapter. Inside of this arc. Obviously, outside of there, like I'm excited to see what Oda also show us. Like for with the Blackbeard Pirate Cross Guild and everything, like on the side and Shanks. But yeah, how about you?
like I said, I want the God Knights to show up. I think that would be really good for like a main villain because I really don't want like Blackbeard or Shanks or anybody else really showing back up to the island. I think
Mm-hmm.
that we had our Yonko saga, like we had it with Big Mom. I think Big Mom showing back up, I would love if Big Mom did.
Oh
But I
yeah, Big Mom
but I
and
don't think
Kid.
I think Big Mom and Kid showing back up, but
Yes,
I don't think that
yes,
they're going to, I don't think Big Mom's a villain anymore. In fact, I think that this
same.
if Big Mom does show back up, it's the Big Mom redemption arc where it's like she's not a
Yeah.
hero, but she's going to kind of become a little bit better and maybe even understand Luffy. She may even be like, listen, like I was going for King of the Pirates. I'm still gonna try to do that, but like try your best. Like it's gonna be more of an understanding where it's like I used to be an upstart like that. You know what I mean? Like kind of like how she saw Kaido. She'll be like, I understand how you were able to take down Kaido now. Like I understand your grit, and I think that that'd be really interesting. So I'd love Big Mom coming back, Kid coming back. I'd love the God Knights coming in as like the main villain. I think that I really want to see same thing as you, like backstory of Loki. I want to get a little bit more into this. I also want to see like Straw Hat training arc, not just Usopp though. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
especially with the Harujin part, the new giant pirates, like the Harujin's crew, each one of them has like the same crew member name as like the Straw Hats. So it's like we have the shipwright, we have the cook, we have
Mm-hmm.
the doctor. Like
They can learn from each other.
obviously Saul is going to be the archaeologist with Robin. So there's like a ton of really cool things. Like Loki may even teach Luffy, which I think would be really cool. You know what I mean? Like with Zoro, like maybe there's some crazy swordsman, or maybe he gets the final fight at the end with the God Knight. You know what I mean? Like a God Knight comes there and like Zoro is training, and like this is like his thing where he has to take down that. Could be just very interesting. I think that there's
Mm-hmm.
a lot that can happen. But I do want to see the rest of the Straw Hats go. By the end of the arc, every Straw Hat should know hockey. By
I
the end,
would
it's
love that.
some sort of hockey. And the thing is, like, why does Chopper need hockey? Observation hockey. Why does Nami need hockey? Observation hockey. What
I
about
would
Robin?
love that,
She
bro.
should have had armament
This is
hockey
the final
since
saga,
post time
bro.
skip.
This is the
Exactly.
final saga, bro. Like this is not too much to ask. Also, like I just wanted to add, people are like, oh, why would Big Mom come back? Because she has a history with the giant. She has trauma. She has still not gotten her closure. It would be super cool for her to come back. And Kid, obviously, because I think that like how he got his like how he like his story ended is like kind of weird. It's just like wasteful. It would be very cool for his character also like to, I don't know, have a redemption arc in my opinion. Just like Law is like alive right now. And Oda is not
Ah,
like getting rid of him, so I don't think he's
no,
gonna
it's
get
true.
rid of Kid as well. It just like goes like for me, it's like just logical, you know.
I
But
don't
yeah,
think I will ever bet on Oda getting rid of another character ever again in my life.
honestly, same. Like, I don't think he's like he put too much effort. Like, that's the thing. If I'm a writer and I put so much effort into these characters, I would never kill them, bro. I
Oh
would
my
be
god,
like,
I
no.
love killing off well-written characters. Great. Oh my god, bro, you don't understand. Like I get so pissed at it. It's like literally my number one pet peeve. Because like I said, like here, like with the Saul thing, some people are like, "Oh my god, what happened to Saul?" Nothing serious. Oh, come on. Like, doesn't that ruin the tension? I don't know, guys. Let me know in chat because I was saying this during the reverie, and like me and Jay, or me and was it Morge? I think Jay also came in at the end, but like me, Jay, and Morge were
Mm.
arguing like fake out deaths really do hurt your enjoyment of a story. Like especially like this is a cliffhanger, right? Like obviously he may, right? Do
Especially
you
when you
feel?
reread the story, bro. It's the
Oh
worst.
my! Do you feel like this is it any all like is this even a good cliffhanger at this point? Like this is such a horrible end, and people are right. Like we're having like technically a 3 week break after this. It's all it's fine. I'm not worried.
Oh, by the way, yeah, for the people who didn't know, apparently there's like some stuff happening we don't know exactly what happened, but there's like a the next chapter is actually on the first week of December, unfortunately. So just so you guys know, if you guys didn't know.
Oh yeah, there is. Also, Roger
Yeah.
fake out death is crazy. I'm
No,
not
no, no,
even gonna
don't.
lie.
Who said that? Please don't let Oda see this.
You literally don't let Oda see this, bro. He's gonna be like, you know what, guys? Roger is actually on Elbaf still, or on Laugh-Tale still. You know, he's there with Ace, and Bellamere, and
Stop.
both of
Stop this.
Robin's parents,
Stop this. Both we
Luffy's
don't even know the
mom,
man. We don't even know who the man
Luffy's
is.
mom, Kawina's there.
Rouge, who gave birth to Ace. She
Yeah,
wasn't there when she
everybody
gave
is
birth.
there, and he's like, and they're like, you know, the One Piece really was the revive fruit,
All,
and
all the
then
moms in One Piece.
Brooke is just like when he awakens the revive fruit, he's like, oh wait, actually,
I hope
oh
that the
my
One Piece
god.
is not like you can bring back somebody from the dead. I hope that's not it, bro. Because like Oda, you already do that for free.
Oh my god, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I'm getting so mad at these fake out deaths, especially after watching Arcane. Watching Arcane makes coming back to Oda's fake out deaths so much worse. Because I'm in Arcane. Okay, so like in Arcane, there's like a lot of really cool characters. No spoilers, but like the the death scenes, like when they hit so good. So I'm literally like I was literally crying to Hime. I'm like, if my character dies, I'm gonna end myself as well. Like I can't keep going on. So it's like there's like a break. Like season 2 just came out, and I'm literally and Hime's over here like this character's gonna die. It's like shut up because I know it could happen. Because I know it could happen. But like if Hime was like Saul's gonna die, I'm gonna be like you dumbass. Am I wrong, Hime?
Facts. I mean, that's the thing. I never get stressed reading One Piece. Everybody's like, "Oh, I'm so scared for Saul." Like I'm like, "Oh, like I have like a little like, oh, I hope he's okay." But like in my head, I'm like, "Bitch, he's okay." You know.
In fact, I'm preying on this man's downfall. I'm literally praying
Honestly,
he is
I
not
don't
okay.
mind. So listen, I don't mind him dying, but I would love for Robin to exchange at least a word before he dies. But I don't mind if
I
he
would
dies
love
after.
that. He can die after. I'm praying that he dies after. I love Saul. Number one Saul fan. Not really. Let him go. Release him to the angels, Oda. Release this man to the angels. I'm so done with these fake out deaths. I didn't even hate the Saul fake out death, but after Egghead, like, oh, we gotta have something other than Mosgard, bro. How is Mosgard
I
the
agree.
only? Oh, and you know what? You know what? Credit where credit's due. Vegapunk also did die, but he should have died. And if Vegapunk
But
ever comes back, I'm gonna be pissed.
you know what's crazy is that in the history of One Piece, when you think about it, like you ask people, what are like the big crazy death in One Piece that you remember? Everybody's like just Ace. Because literally there was no big crazy death after Ace. Like, okay, yeah, there was like what is his name? Pedro, I guess. There was
I
but
don't know. We don't know if Pedro's dead. We don't know if he's dead. We really don't. We really don't.
honestly, you're right. But what I mean is that like you can't even think of like big death other than Ace. I'm not even joking. Like, yeah, there's like some little death here and there, but like
So
it's
somebody said Kinemon.
nothing hits us crazy. Like people are like the Mary. I'm like, yeah, a boat. Like death was more like deep than any other like human death in One Piece. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't
So
that
yeah,
concerning?
I would love for Oda to like be a bit more heartless. But again, I this is his style, and I know a lot of people would disagree. Be like, no, I like it. I like the fact that Oda is a coward and he doesn't
They
kill people.
they said I like the fact that Oda never makes me go to bed crying, and I said, you know what? I can't blame you, bro, because I've been crying and throwing up for
Yeah,
the past
honestly, I'm
3 days.
happy that he doesn't do anything because she is insufferable. When somebody does, she starts crying and she's like, and she literally goes into depression. She's talking all that shit, and she's not able to handle that shit. You know, she's like,
Because it's so good.
she romanticized death in fiction,
I
but then when it
love it.
happens, she's like, I need a 1 month break, and she's like just crying every day.
That's
I
not
don't want to deal with that.
true.
I'm
I
glad.
didn't
Thank
even
you,
cry.
Oda.
I
Actually,
I'm crying over a situationship breaking up. We are not the same. I still need to show you that meme when we
oh
get
my god,
off.
I will
She
see that
literally also BTW. He may ignores me. He may ignores me and
because
all of my memes.
she is too okay. So guys,
No, no.
Chestnut is the kind of girl that like when she likes something, she hyper fixate on it, and she sends you a hundred posts about that one thing, and you're like, I swear to God, I understand what you're trying to say. You don't need to send me that much.
But I want you to see my memes. I only sent her 10 videos.
Bro, I'm pretty sure it was more when I sum up every social platform together.
I only sent it to you on. I sent her like 3 TikTok videos with one ad. I sent her an advertisement for a chair that just so happened because I was like, oh, it's a cool collab, and I sent her 3 videos, and then I just sent her like on Twitter. I think I maybe sent you 10 videos, but most or 10 tweets,
You're
10
innocent.
tweets, 10
Only
tweets,
10, she said. Yeah.
10 tweets. They're tweets. They're pics.
Okay, it's
Image
fine.
just
Don't
hates
worry.
me. All right. Anyways,
Uh,
One Piece chapter was great. I'd make
yeah.
it an 8 out of 10.
Honestly, yeah, I was gonna say 8 out of 10. We're getting into it. Very fun. I love like the Shanks. You know what? I love like that they spoke about Shanks. It's very cool. Very excited for the next chapter that's gonna come in December.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited for a break. I feel like once One Piece like kind of comes back in full swing next year, like January for the manga probably,
Mm,
and then because we're probably gonna get one chapter, and then it's gonna be the Shonen Jump break, I'm assuming, and then so we'll
yeah,
get like the
I think
manga
so
kind of
too.
going. It'll get a little bit ahead, and then we'll get the One Piece anime, and like once the anime comes back, I'm sure I'm gonna be hyped. Because honestly, after Gear 5, I was kind of like, all right, too much One Piece hype, calm down. But like now I'm kind of happy because it's like it's very back and forth where it's like I don't know if I'm really getting something One Piece, so it feels like a treat again. Hopefully after a
100%.
little bit of like One Piece break, we're gonna be kind of like revving up and ready to go because I love talking One Piece. It's hard to talk about it when there's so much One Piece at once. So this is just like a really nice break. I know some people like they're like, oh, what am I gonna do? Watch Arcane. Watch Arcane while we're waiting
No,
for
what?
One
Yeah,
Piece.
like there's also Down Da Down that is going actually nuts. There's also Bleach I heard that is going crazy. There's like so much, guys. I think that it's the perfect time to explore outside of One Piece. Just like diversify your taste in like anime, manga. Try new things. Read some new stuff. Like it's the time. You have the time, and also for the people to catch up. If you're still not caught up, it's the time to catch up because you have until like April or something. So yeah, I think it's perfect, honestly. Like just take it oh, I can explore other things now.
Yep. But all right then.
Yeah. So yeah, love the chapter. Thank you again, guys, for popping in. I know it's been a while. I didn't stream personally, so I got excited. I'm happy, and I'll see you guys next time. Join the Discord. We love you guys. All right. Hime
Peace,
try Boruto.
peace.
No, thank you. All right. Bye bye.
Peace, peace.